I'm Serena, and today we're going to be doing a home exercise program for the lower body. All you need is a chair. So the muscles that we'll be working on are mainly glutes, hamstrings, and quads, and these are the largest muscles in our body, so you use them on a day-to-day basis for everything from sitting to walking to climbing up stairs, and I think that it's important to really make sure that you're hitting those target areas. So I'm just going to be doing 4 different exercises, and I'll have modifications for them if you need to make them easier or harder, but this is more of a moderate level program. So the 4 exercises are split squat, single leg deadlift, pistol squat, and glute bridge. The first exercise is a single leg deadlift or hip hinge. We'll be doing 3 sets of 10, and it works on the glutes, hamstrings, and the erector spinae of the lower back. The second exercise is a split squat with a chair, and this works on your glutes, hamstrings, and it also helps out your calves due to stability. The third exercise is a glute bridge. It's also 3 sets of 10, and it works on your glutes and your hamstrings. The fourth exercise is a pistol squat with a chair, and it works out your glutes, hamstrings, and quads, and it'll also be 3 sets of 10.
For this exercise, what you want to do is stand balancing on one leg, and then sit your hips back and allow the leg that's on the ground to bend slightly. Your other leg should be kept in line with your body. Make sure to keep your back flat and continue to bend at the waist until your hands are about mid-shin, and then drive through your heel and push your hips forward to the starting position. Make sure you're flexing your glute to improve balance, engaging your core, and try not to touch your elevated foot to the ground throughout the entire set. I know that I'm doing that. And common mistakes would be to not keep your back straight and to bend that knee. You can have a slight bend, but if you're bending too far down, then it turns into more of a squat. If the single leg RDL is too difficult, you can just do a simple hip hinge where you stand on both legs and hinge at the hips and make sure to keep your back straight. Again, lower your arms to about mid-shin level. If the exercise is too easy, you can try to add weight. You can either add 2 dumbbells in either hand. You can add a barbell in both of your hands. You can do this contralaterally or laterally. Right now, I'm doing it with both hands, but you could only do one and alternate the leg with the arm. And once you do have the weights in your hands, you want to make sure that your form is perfect before you do add any weight as to avoid injury. This next exercise is intended to target your front leg, which is where the quote-unquote burn should be felt primarily in the quadriceps. Core should be engaged, shoulders back, chest pointing ahead. Make sure your back foot is in a comfortable position, and once you bend your knee, make sure it remains aligned with your toes. So you want to make sure that your knee does not cave inwards or outwards. A common mistake is leaning forwards from the hips as you squat. As you can see, I do that a little bit. And make sure you don't lose focus on your core so that you don't do that. If this exercise is too easy, you can add a weight in both hands. And if this exercise is too hard, you can either do a split squat without the chair, as I'm about to show, or you can do a front lunge. For the next exercise, the glute bridge, you want to tighten your abdominal and butt muscles by pushing your low back into the ground before you push up, and then raise your hips to create a straight line from your knee to your shoulders. Try not to raise your hips too high as to not hyperextend your lower back. To make it harder, you can do a single leg glute bridge, or you can add a weight on your pelvis. And to make it easier, if you have restriction and you can't raise your hips enough to reach the full bridge position, then you can try raising them a few inches, just enough to activate the muscles. For the final exercise, what you want to do is sit down and stand up from the chair while shifting the weight completely onto one leg and lifting the foot of the free leg a bit in front of you. Keep the back straight and chest up during the whole movement. And like I said, all of these exercises will be performed in 3 sets of 10, and by the end you should feel the burn in your hamstrings, your glutes, and your quads. For time's sake, I didn't show my entire routine, but I did do the whole workout, and I hope that you guys learned how to do these exercises properly. And now here's me attempting to do the exercises and failing, and also attempting to do a normal pistol squat.
do.
Yeah.
Whether you're an athlete or not an athlete, working out your lower body is very important to making sure that your body remains balanced and that you prevent any injuries that can occur from muscle weakness. I hope you enjoyed the exercises that you saw today, but feel free to look up any exercise programs of your own.